Welcome back to Terror by the Bay. I'm David. Looking at news stories today. There's one about a soldier stationed in South Korea named Travis King who ran across a demarcation line into North Korea and then was promptly taken prisoner by the North Koreans. I didn't read up on this case, only looking at like headlines on CNN right now saying officials try to piece together why the soldier bolted to North Korea, and he has a history of assault and detention. So I'm just going to kind of just go in and just ask, why did Travis King run into North Korea? I mean, my intellectual mind tells me that this is going to be a propaganda coup for North Korea, and North Korea will trade him for other things. So, North Korea's got nothing but win all over this. While I was shuffling the cards, the Ten of Pentacles came out. I'm curious to see if that's going to come up again. I would look at that as ransom, legacy, that sort of thing. So for entertainment purposes only, why did Travis King run across the line? What's going on? What's going on in his mind? Or what's the situation? Entertainment purposes only. What's the situation in North Korea? The Lovers. Well, I don't think it's because his girlfriend was on the other side. Maybe. Think about Kim Jong-un's love letters to Donald Trump. Let's keep throwing on this one. I'm just curious. Aang the Hanged Man. Okay. I don't even know what the question was I asked at this point. I was asking what the overall energy was, but it also could be him too. So let's say he had a girlfriend and they had a fight, and now I'm just going to run to the other side and become a prisoner of war, and now you'll love me type thing. The other thing might be is about the relationship between North Korea, South Korea, and the United States, and now we have to look at it again. You know what? Okay, I'm going to say he's had some personal problems. He had a girlfriend. He's having problems with his girlfriend or somebody he's in a relationship with of some sort. This could be the military too. And now he sacrificed himself to North Korea so that the person or the entity he has a relationship now has to prove that they love him. That's where I'm going to go with this. And it's a journey abroad. And now you're in the wait and see. Now you're going to wait for your ship to come in, for the U.S. to trade for you back. I think this is a thing about the U.S. and the U.S. Army. Sorry, it's going to take me a while to get there, but we'll see. Okay. He was feeling trapped and kind of hopeless in his current situation. He felt like he didn't have any choices. He didn't like his situation. That would explain why he's getting into fights and assaults and being detained and stuff like that. And he wanted to change up the paradigm. He did something rather drastic to change things up. There's something to be said for that. Maybe in a less destructive way, but if you keep doing the same thing over and over again, and you expect a different result, then you're crazy. In this case, he took a totally different approach. He decided he's going to run to North Korea, because that's a good idea. And now, it's time to do something about it. Now, actions need to take place. The U.S. is going to have to reach out to North Korea to get their soldier back. Again, huge victory for North Korea from a propaganda point of view, from trading for spies and other points of view. And it's also his way of crying for attention. Because now everybody's talking about him, including myself. Everybody knows who Travis King is. And all he had to do was just run across the border to North Korea to force the U.S. and the U.S. military to do something. Lesson to be learned, though, is that, you could think of this as being a guard on the demarcation line. But congratulations, guess what? You now get to go to a North Korean prison. You didn't defect. You ran over there. You're a criminal. You're going to prison there, and you're going to be guarded. They may not treat you particularly well. What you may not, I'm just saying, you may not have thought this all the way through. North Korea does not treat their prisoners the same way that the U.S. and South Korea do that. What's the outcome? Celebration. Well, again, I see a victory for North Korea. It's definitely a propaganda victory for North Korea. I think he's going to get what he wants in that he'll be negotiated out of this. And he'll probably get booted out of the army. Maybe he wants a discharge too, but he's certainly going to get a psych evaluation for doing that. And he's not going to be ignored. He's no longer trapped. He's free of that. But it's going to take a little bit for negotiations to bring this guy back to the U.S. Okay. If this was not the U.S., but if this was a dating reading, like he had a girlfriend at home that he was trying to get her attention, he got her attention. But I think this is about the U.S. and how the military is treating him. And maybe, just maybe, what's happening here is that there was something going on with him personally. He was being targeted or accused of something that he didn't do, and now there's going to be all sorts of scrutiny because you cannot ignore what happened, right? So, let's say he was being systematically discriminated against and abused and beaten up and whatever, and he runs across the border. Now there's going to be all sorts of investigations to figure out, why did this guy run? What's been going on? Now everybody's going to start looking really closely around where he was, and maybe that's what that celebration card could be, is that if there was some type of abuse going on where he was getting the short end of the stick, then that's about to be exposed, and he'll be thrilled about that. Okay. Will he... What's the read with the current situation? Just a little four-carder. How's he feeling right now? How's he feeling right now, given everything that's just happened? How's Travis King feeling right now? Star. Well, everybody's looking at me. I'm a star. Chained to the devil. Oh, wow. What is going on with this guy? All these major arcana. Okay. He's the star, and people are going to be fighting over him. There's going to be all sorts of turmoil in North Korea, South Korea, the United States, NATO, so on and so forth. He's bringing an end to the cycle. The world sees everything that's going on. Again, if there's something going on with him personally, with the military, he's trying to expose that. That's reading this at the really, really highest level. Like he's this really noble guy that just had to call attention to, discrimination in the military, that type of thing. I don't know if I'm really getting that vibe on it, but that would be the high level mark on this, if that were the case. Now he's chained himself to the devil now. So now he's in North Korea's possession. He's a prisoner. He willingly went to North Korea, and he'll be back when they do a prisoner exchange with Joe Biden. And maybe he's hoping that he'll be treated with some sympathy and maybe hailed as a hero when he's returned back to the United States. It's a really, really interesting take. I got one more question I want to ask. One more question I want to ask. And again, I did not read up on this at all, but I want to know about his mental stability. Is this a Seven of Cups type thing? Or is this really an ethical dilemma that he did to call attention to something? I mean, a lot of major arcana in that last throw. Good Lord. There's a lot of major arcana. Is he of right mind? Is he sane? Is he of right mind? He's not paranoid or delusional or anything like that. Is he of right mind? All right, let's see what we got. Come on down. Travis King of right mind. Empress, trying to take care of everybody and everything. Things happening quickly. There's your fighting and arguing and bickering. You had to make a decision. I'm not seeing that he's insane. Burden. Again, I'm really going out on a limb here. He's trying to call attention to something. Something that he's been dealing with. Now, again, is the Empress a girlfriend? Or is the Empress the fact that, the U.S. is supposed to be taking care of its troops? Or people are supposed to be... I don't think he ran there because the North Korean people are being abused. I don't think it's that. And I don't think he ran there because, the South Korean people are not taking care of North Korean people or South Korean people. There's something else going on, probably with his military post or his military assignment, that things aren't working out. His run across the border was a spur of the moment decision. He had to sort of choose whether he was going to do other one. He choose if he wanted to do or not. Then he had to act really, really fast. Okay, so if this is over a girlfriend, I'm going to be really, really annoyed. If it's something bigger than that, well, we're going to find out. I don't know how soon, but we'll find out on this one. It's an interesting read, so keep an eye on that one. We'll see how this all pans out. Again, thank you for supporting my channel. Thank you for subscribing, liking, throwing comments out there. I realize this is kind of a different read, normally doing political stuff, so having somebody running into North Korea for no apparent reason seems to be a bit out there. But again, it's nice to mix it up and throw on different items and keep testing my skill and see how I'm doing with my reading and interpretation of cards. Have a great night. I'll catch you on the next video. Take care.